How's it going, guys? Purpose of this video, I just wanted to touch a little more on the Screaming Demon exhaust for the Ninja 300. I did make a video a while ago when I first got the exhaust and I fit it on and took it for a quick ride. When I made that video, the bike was just out of its 1000k service, and to be honest, I hadn't given the exhaust a fair go, and I didn't really take it for a good enough ride with it. Now, what I've done this morning is I've just gone and taken that baffle out of the end. Inside there, a little Allen key screw holds the baffle in there. And in case you don't know, the baffle is just a piece of metal that restricts the output and basically the whole exhaust. So what that does, and I've confirmed that by the dyno, which I had done a few months ago, the baffle actually makes the bike run a little bit leaner than it probably should. I don't think it's like dangerously lean though, but you have noticed that, and when I said this, I think I said this in my first video, that around this sort of mid-range RPM, and the dyno confirmed this as well, the bike's very dirty at the moment, around the mid-range, sort of around 6 to 8, maybe even 9, it doesn't feel quite as responsive there. The whole bike sounds so much better with the baffle out, but around that middle rev range, it's just, obviously still got plenty of acceleration there, but it's just not quite as responsive and as much pull. But in saying that, I will confirm now that from 10 onwards, there is definitely more pull with the baffle out, and the dyno confirmed that as well. I've got the dyno sheet somewhere. I don't think I've got it somewhere, but it wasn't too impressive. You know, it was like 35 horsepower, so you're not exactly going to frame it and put it on your wall. Anyway, but one thing I did notice with the baffle out is when you take off from stationary, you know, from zero, and you're hard on it, you know, obviously you're going to be nearly redline when you're changing gear. As you drop, I'm just noticing there's a lot better acceleration, because when you change gear, you're probably only dropping to about 9 or 10 each time, so you're right in the start of that increased performance range from having the baffle out. So that's a really good thing I've just noticed, and the sound there as well. Now I have got the K&N air filter in, so those two together probably help a little bit, but so I guess it's a little bit of a sacrifice. You're looking at, you know, typical mid-range, a little bit of loss of power, but you gain a bit of power in the high range there, and it does sound a lot better. Man, this bike is so dirty. So, I mean, listen to this. Just listen to it. Listen to that idle. The bike's hot as, so I'll give it a rev. Listen to this. Listen to that purr. Isn't it great? So I'll take it for a ride now, because you can just feel it when you're hard on it and you're changing gears up near redline. You can just feel that it just bites and pulls into the next gear much quicker than it did before. But in saying that, you do feel at low RPM that it's not quite as responsive. So it's a little bit of a sacrifice. Nice high speed limit on this road too, so that's good. It's probably not much. It's probably not much at all. But you know, I just felt that last time I didn't quite give the Screaming Demon exhaust enough credit. It does make a difference. And I don't think I really gave it enough of a ride. So I think this time I might actually leave the baffle out. I might just stick with the exhaust baffleless and see how we go with that for a while. I'd probably have to give it at least a few rides, maybe even a month of riding, before I then go and put the baffle back in and decide whether it's better or not. did it again. I'm always trying to change into 6, and I'm already in 6. Alright guys, well, a bit of a verdict on this. Been riding now for about an hour. I'm actually not sure where the hell I am. I'm like in the proper country now. Well, you know, whatever, I'm not in the desert or anything, but I'm pretty far out, I guess. And I didn't fill the bike up. Check it. It's like, oh, it's actually gone up heaps. When I was riding, it was down really low. Oh, probably because it's on a lean. Anyways, I'm out pretty far now. But yeah, what I was getting off track here. The exhaust. Yeah, I'm gonna put that baffle back in. Hey, because I actually learnt something on these nice straight roads out here, that top speed has been affected quite a bit. I'm not going to go into numbers or anything for obvious reasons, but whatever top speed you think this bike can do, take about 20 kilometers per hour off of that, and that's what the baffle out of the exhaust will give you. So, not a huge big deal, but yeah, I think I'll put the baffle back in on that one. Yeah, so I think I'll turn around and go back now. I didn't make it to my little... This is like, see, it's deceiving on the Google Maps, you know, because you're like, oh yeah, you know, down there, scroll down there, sweet as. Actually, in effect, it's quite a long ride. So I'm gonna need fuel and like... There you go, mate. Yeah, and like, you know, more planning and stuff to achieve that. That was nice of him. He's just giving me a wave, beep, see if I was alright. Give him the thumbs up and she's all good, mate. That's what I'm talking about. That's the brotherhood. That's what this bike thing is all about. Oh guys, that's the verdict on the exhaust anyway, so take it easy.